But time, as gentle as it can be cruel, has a way of healing us. The pain doesn't disappear, but it becomes a part of who we are. It becomes a chapter in the story of our lives. And we learn to carry it with us, to live with it, to grow from it. Our scars remind us of where we've been, of what we've endured. They are proof that we are survivors, that we are fighters. We have faced the darkness and found a way to keep going. We are stronger than we think, braver than we realize. Life will test us over and over again. It will push us to our limits to see if we can endure. But in every challenge, there is an opportunity to rise. We learn to embrace our pain, to let it fuel our growth. We learn to turn our struggles into strengths. Each hardship is a stepping stone on our journey. Each setback is a lesson in resilience. We learn that we are capable of more than we ever imagined, that we are capable of love and forgiveness, even after we've been hurt. We learn that we are worthy, not in spite of our flaws, but because of them. We are beautifully imperfect, each of us with our own wounds and our own victories. And with every step we take, we are becoming, growing, evolving. We are a work in progress, and that is something to celebrate. So, let your heart remain open. Allow yourself to feel the pain, to honor it, but do not let it define you. Let love be the light that guides you, even in the darkest of times. Remember that you are never alone, that there are others who understand, who care, who have walked similar paths. You are strong, you are resilient, and you are worthy of all the beauty that life has to offer. Hold on to that truth, and let it carry you through every challenge, every heartbreak, and every moment of doubt. Because you are not just surviving, you are thriving, you are growing, you are becoming. You are not just a survivor of your past. You are a warrior of your present and a dreamer of your future. Life may knock you down, but each time you rise, you prove that you are unbreakable. The world may not always understand the battles you fight within, but that doesn't make your journey any less meaningful. Strength is not always about standing tall. Sometimes, strength is found in the quiet resilience of getting through one more day, in the gentle persistence of trying one more time, and in the tender courage of opening your heart again. Sometimes the nights are long and the days are heavy. Sometimes you might feel that no one understands the depth of your struggle, that you are alone in a world that moves too fast to notice the silent storms you're braving. But know this, even in your darkest moments, you are planting seeds of resilience that will bloom with time. Every tear shed, every fear faced, every mountain climbed is a part of the masterpiece that is your life. You are not a single moment of despair or a single chapter of loss. You are the sum of every beautiful, difficult, heart-wrenching experience that has made you who you are. There will be days when moving forward feels impossible, and that's okay. It's okay to pause, to rest, to give yourself the space to feel. Healing is not a linear path, and growth doesn't always come in grand, sweeping transformations. Sometimes, growth is found in the tiniest of victories, in a smile you didn't think you could muster, in a breath that feels just a little lighter, in a hope that starts as a faint glimmer and slowly begins to grow. Give yourself grace in these moments. You are allowed to take your time. Remember, you are not defined by your failures, but by how you rise after them. You are not the mistakes you've made, nor the regrets you carry. You are the lessons learned, the wisdom gained, and the courage to start again. You are more than the sum of your losses. You are a story still being written, a masterpiece still unfolding. The pages of your life are filled with strength, perseverance, and a deep, unwavering capacity to love. Yes, love. Love that transcends pain. Love that exists even in brokenness. Love that grows despite the scars. The world may have tried to harden you, but you chose love anyway. You chose kindness when anger seemed easier. You chose forgiveness when bitterness could have consumed you. This love, this tenderness, is your superpower. It is the force that will carry you through every storm, that will light your path when all else seems dark. Your heart is a warrior, and it beats with a strength that defies every struggle, every setback. Let your heart be open to new experiences, new relationships, and new beginnings. Let it be open to possibility, to the wonder that life still has to offer. Even when you don't know what the future holds, trust that there is beauty waiting for you. The universe is vast, and it holds infinite possibilities. Your life is a canvas on which countless colors and dreams have yet to be painted. As you continue forward, remember that you are worthy of peace, of joy, of love. You are not a mere observer in this life. You are a creator, a shaper of your own destiny. The world may try to put limits on you, but you are limitless in spirit. Every breath you take is a testament to your strength. Every day you rise is an act of courage. Never let anyone make you feel less than you are, because you are already enough, exactly as you are. When you feel weak, know that strength lies within, waiting to be called upon. When you feel lost, trust that there is a path meant for you. And when you feel alone, remember that you are connected to every soul who has ever known pain, love, or hope. You are part of something bigger, something beautiful. You are a spark in the universe, and your light matters. So let it shine. You are here, you are alive, and you are on a journey that is uniquely yours. Embrace every moment, the joy, the sorrow, the uncertainty. Let each experience shape you, guide you, and bring you closer to the person you are meant to be. You are a gift to this world, a light that cannot be dimmed, a soul that cannot be broken. Hold on to this truth. Let it be your anchor, and know that wherever you go, whatever you face, you are never truly alone. So keep going. Keep loving, keep dreaming, keep growing. Your story is far from over, and the best is yet to come. Keep moving forward, even when the path feels uncertain. You are stronger than every fear, every doubt, every voice that has tried to silence you. And know that while life may be filled with hardships, is also filled with beauty. Beauty that you might only see when you let yourself heal, when you allow your heart to feel again. You have the power within you to rise from any challenge, to rebuild from any destruction, and to find meaning even in your greatest losses. Life might sometimes feel like a series of mountains that are too steep, rivers that are too wide, valleys that are too dark. But these challenges are what give depth to your journey, what bring wisdom to your spirit, what add richness to your story. And as you walk through these difficult moments, you are gathering strength, courage, and the resilience that will carry you through the rest of your life. There is a strength in you that you haven't even begun to understand. Life has tested you, and time again, you've shown that you're capable of more than you imagine. You have a strength that goes beyond what the world can see, a power that's rooted in the depths of your soul. Embrace that strength, lean into it. Let it be the force that drives you forward when all else seems lost. Remember that you don't have to walk this journey alone. There are people who care, people who understand, people who will walk beside you, even when the path is tough. You are connected to others in ways that go beyond words, beyond actions. Each person you meet, each life you touch, adds a piece to your journey, a lesson to your soul. Don't be afraid to lean on others, to reach out for help, to share your burdens. Strength is not just found in independence, it's also found in the courage to let others in. There may be times when the world seems overwhelming, when every step forward feels like a battle. But even in those moments, remember that you are capable of growth, of change, of transformation. You have survived everything life has thrown at you so far, and that is a testament to your resilience, your willpower, your courage. Trust in your ability to adapt, to learn, to find your way. The road to healing is long, and it's often filled with setbacks. There will be days when you feel like you're moving backward, when the progress you've made seems to vanish. But healing is not a straight line. It's a journey of ups and downs, of victories and setbacks. Give yourself grace in this process. Allow yourself to feel the pain, to grieve, to mourn what has been lost, but also allow yourself to feel the hope, to believe that better days are ahead, to trust that you are capable of finding peace again. Don't let the past hold you back. You are not defined by the mistakes you've made, the people who have hurt you, the things you've lost. You are defined by the strength you've shown, the courage you've gathered, the love you've shared. You are so much more than the hardships you've faced. You are a survivor, a warrior, a beacon of light in a world that can sometimes feel dark. As you continue on this journey, remember that you are not alone. There are others who have walked this path, who understand the pain, the struggle, the triumph. Together, we find strength in each other, in the shared experience of being human. Lean on that connection, let it be a source of comfort, a reminder that you are part of something larger than yourself. So keep going, keep fighting, keep believing in the goodness that lies ahead. Life will test you, sometimes to your very core, but every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Let your heart be open to new experiences, new relationships, new beginnings. Let your soul be willing to try again, to hope again, to love again. There is beauty waiting for you, a beauty that is worth every moment of struggle, every tear shed, every ounce of strength. You are not just surviving, you are thriving, you are growing, you are becoming. Let this truth be your foundation, your anchor, your source of strength. Because no matter what you face, you are already more powerful, more resilient, more beautiful than you realize. As you walk this path, remember that every moment, good or bad, is shaping you into a stronger, wiser, and more compassionate person. The pain you feel is real, but it will not define you. It may bend you, but it will never break you. Within you lies a resilience that is untouchable, unbreakable, and uniquely yours. This journey may be long, and it may be lonely at times, but with each step, you are proving to yourself just how powerful you truly are. Think of each challenge as a lesson that is preparing you for something even greater. Life has a way of bringing hardships to those who are meant to inspire, to those who will one day lead others out of darkness. You may not see it now, but one day, the strength you are building will become a light for others. You will be the reminder that it's possible to rise from the depths of pain, to find hope again, and to live fully despite the scars. The world hasn't changed, but your perspective has. You see beauty in places you once overlooked, in the smallest of things. The love you've known, even if it ended in pain, has shaped you in ways you're only beginning to understand. The emptiness you once felt starts to fill, not with things, but with hope. You don't need to forget the past to move on. You only need to carry it differently. The strength you've gained isn't loud or boastful. It's quiet, steady, unshakable. You look in the mirror and see someone who has endured, someone who is still standing. The whispers of doubt remain, but they are drowned out by the voice of resilience. You are not defined by what broke you, but by how you put yourself back together. The tears may still come, but they no longer feel like defeat. They feel like release. Pain doesn't disappear, but it transforms, becoming a part of the tapestry of who you are. You carry it with grace, a reminder of the battles you've fought and the victories you've won. Love returns, not always in the ways you expect, but in the ways you need. The road ahead is still long, but you walk it with purpose, with strength. The shadows follow, but they no longer terrify you. They empower you. And as you take each step, you realize that you are not alone in your journey. The world, though cruel at times, holds beauty waiting to be discovered. You are still here, still breathing, still capable of creating something extraordinary. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of a new chapter. And in this chapter, you rise. Even as the weight of the past presses heavily, you find moments where the pain eases. These moments are fleeting, but enough to remind you that life is still moving forward. You are reminded that even the most beautiful things in life can carry scars. The brokenness you feel is not a flaw. It is evidence of how deeply you've lived and loved. The nights may still feel endless, but somewhere in the distance, a dawn awaits. The smallest spark of hope begins to grow, even if you can't see it yet. You find yourself clinging to this spark, letting it guide you through the darkness. Every step you take feels uncertain, but it's a step nonetheless. The road is uneven, littered with the remnants of what once was, but you walk it anyway. Each breath feels like an act of defiance against the pain that tries to hold you back. You begin to notice that the world isn't as unkind as it once seemed. There are moments of beauty, even in the chaos, even in the heartbreak. The sound of rain, the warmth of sunlight, the laughter of a stranger, all reminders that life persists. These small moments don't erase the pain, but they offer a reprieve, a chance to breathe. You start to understand that healing isn't about forgetting, it's about transforming. The wounds you carry are a part of you, but they don't define the whole of who you are. You find strength in the fact that you've survived things you once thought impossible. The love that once felt like it was lost forever begins to feel present in new ways. It's in the memories, in the lessons, and in the way you carry yourself now. The pain has softened you, not into weakness, but into someone who understands the depth of life. You realize that tears are not a sign of defeat. They are a sign that you are alive. Crying becomes less about the sorrow and more about release, about letting go. The ache in your chest doesn't disappear, but it begins to make room for something else. That something is peace, not complete, but enough to start rebuilding. The pieces of your heart that felt shattered begin to find their way back together. They don't fit the same way, but they create something entirely new, entirely yours. The shadows that once loomed over you start to feel like reminders of where you've been. You carry them with you, but they no longer feel heavy. They feel like lessons. The love you've given, even when it wasn't returned, still holds value. It taught you that your heart is capable of incredible things, even in the face of pain. Every day is a battle, but you fight it with a quiet determination that surprises even you. You begin to look at the world with different eyes, seeing not just the pain, but the possibility. The dreams you once buried start to resurface, fragile but alive. You let yourself believe in them again, even if it feels foolish or naive. The courage it takes to dream again is not small, it is monumental. You start to surround yourself with people who see your worth, even when you don't. Their kindness, their belief in you, begins to rekindle your belief in yourself. You realize that you don't have to walk this path alone, that strength can be shared. The connections you build feel more authentic, more real, because of everything you've endured. You are no longer afraid to show your scars, to let others see the whole of you. And as the days pass, you find yourself smiling again, not out of obligation, but joy. The light you once thought was extinguished starts to shine brighter, illuminating your path. The road ahead is still uncertain, but it no longer feels impossible to walk. You carry your pain with you, but it no longer weighs you down. It propels you forward. The love you've known, the losses you've endured, they become part of your strength. You are no longer just surviving. You are living, breathing, creating something beautiful from the ruins. The tears you once cried in sorrow now feel like a reminder of your humanity, your resilience. You find peace in knowing that the story is far from over, that new chapters await. The pain will always be a part of you, but it no longer controls you. It empowers you. This is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of something new. You've walked through the fire and emerged not unscathed, but stronger, more alive. The shadows that once frightened you now feel like old friends, a part of your story. The love you've carried with you through it all is a testament to your strength. You are proof that even in the darkest moments, there is light to be found. You are not defined by your pain, but by the way you've chosen to rise above it. The tears you've shed, the battles you've fought, they are part of your legacy. You are not alone in this journey. There are others walking their own paths beside you. And as you move forward, you carry with you the hope that tomorrow will be brighter. This is your story, and it is far from over. Pain lingers, even when you think you've conquered it. It doesn't leave suddenly. It fades slowly, reminding you of where you've been. You carry its echoes, but now they feel less like chains and more like whispers. The tears you cried no longer feel like defeats, but reminders of how far you've come. You stand taller, even when the weight of the past tries to pull you down. The love you gave, though it seemed to vanish, has shaped the person you are today. It taught you resilience, the ability to endure, and the courage to hope again. The nights that once felt endless now carry a subtle promise of dawn. The shadows no longer consume you. They accompany you, part of your story. The road is still uncertain, but each step forward feels less like struggle and more like purpose. Every scar you carry tells a story, not of weakness but of strength. They are reminders of battles fought and the resilience that carried you through. You don't hide them anymore. Instead, you wear them as proof of your survival. The world hasn't changed, but your perspective has, and that changes everything. The love that once broke you is now the reason you understand the depth of your emotions. You realize that loss doesn't erase love. It transforms it, makes it eternal in a new way. The moments of despair taught you more about yourself than any victory ever could. They showed you your capacity to endure, to rise, to keep moving forward. The pain hasn't disappeared, but it no longer defines you. It shapes you. Each day feels like a choice, a deliberate decision to face the world with courage. There's still a heaviness, but it's no longer unbearable. It's manageable. You've learned to carry it without letting it consume you. The weight has shifted, not because it's lighter, but because you've grown stronger. The nights still bring memories, but now they feel less like torment and more like reminders. They remind you of where you've been and why you'll never stop moving forward. The love you once gave so freely is still within you, waiting to be shared again. You no longer fear the possibility of loss because you've survived it before. The strength you've found isn't loud or obvious. It's quiet, steady, unyielding. You've learned that healing isn't about erasing the pain, but integrating it into who you are. The shadows that once loomed over you now feel like a part of your identity, not a threat. The journey is far from over, but you're no longer afraid about what lies ahead. The unknown no longer feels like a void. It feels like an opportunity. You've stopped running from your past and started embracing it as part of your story. The tears you once cried in silence now feel like a release, a way to cleanse the soul. You've discovered that vulnerability is not weakness, it's strength in its rawest form. The people who hurt you no longer hold power over you. You've reclaimed your narrative. You've learned to forgive, not for them, but for yourself, to free your heart from bitterness. The love you gave, though it wasn't returned as you hoped, was never wasted. It transformed you, made you more compassionate, more understanding, more alive. Each step forward is a testament to your resilience, a reminder of your strength. The scars you carry are no longer sources of shame. They are symbols of survival. They tell a story of a heart that was broken, but never stopped beating. The pain you endured has become a part of you, but it no longer controls you. You found beauty in the cracks, in the imperfections, in the places where you've healed. The journey has been long, but it's also been transformative, shaping you into who you are today. The shadows that once haunted you now feel like old friends, reminders of where you've been. The love you've known, the losses you've faced, have given you a depth of understanding few possess. You walk forward, not with certainty, but with courage, and that makes all the difference. The road ahead is still unknown, but it's also full of possibility, full of hope. This is your story, and it's far from over. You've learned that pain doesn't disappear. It evolves, becomes a part of you in a new way. It no longer feels like a weight pulling you down, but a foundation on which you stand. The love you've carried, the strength you've found, have become your greatest assets. The shadows are still there, but they no longer feel like enemies. They feel like companions. You've stopped fearing the darkness and started finding the light within it. The tears you once hid now feel like a badge of honor, proof of your humanity. Each day feels like a gift, a chance to create something new, something meaningful. The memories of what you've lost no longer feel like chains, they feel like lessons. You've learned to let go of the things that no longer serve you, to make space for what's to come. The journey is far from over, but it's no longer something you dread, it's something you embrace. And as you walk forward, you realize that you are not alone. The world is full of people carrying their own burdens, fighting their own battles. You found strength in their stories, in their courage, in their ability to rise. The love you once thought was gone has found its way back to you, in new forms, new ways. The road is still long, but it no longer feels impossible. It feels full of promise. You are still here, still standing, still breathing, still capable of creating something extraordinary. The shadows may follow, but they no longer define you. They are part of your story. The love you carry, the strength you found, the courage you've shown, they are your legacy. This is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one full of hope and possibility. You've risen from the ashes, not unscathed, but stronger, more alive than ever before. This is your journey, your story, your life, and it is far from over. Pain still lingers, but its presence no longer paralyzes you. It sits quietly in the background, a reminder of what you've endured and overcome. You no longer avoid it or suppress it. You've learned to sit with it, to understand it. The weight you once carried feels lighter, not because it has diminished, but because you've grown stronger. You've realized that healing doesn't mean returning to who you were. It means becoming someone new. The shadows you once feared now feel like a part of your identity, not something to escape. Each scar you bear is a testament to the battles you've fought and the strength you've shown. The tears you've cried have watered the seeds of resilience that now bloom within you. You've stopped asking why it happened and started asking what you can learn from it. The love you've lost is still a part of you, woven into the fabric of your soul. The nights still come with their silence, but now you find comfort in their stillness. The mornings bring a cautious hope, a quiet promise that life continues. The memories that once tormented you now feel like echoes of lessons learned. You've begun to see the beauty in the impermanence of life, in the fleeting nature of everything. The pain you've carried has softened you, not into weakness, but into understanding. You've learned that vulnerability is not a flaw, but a strength, a doorway to connection. The love you've known, even when it hurt, has shaped you into someone who loves deeply. The losses you've faced have taught you to value what remains, to hold it close. The road ahead is still uncertain, but you've stopped fearing the unknown. Each step you take feels like an act of defiance against the darkness that tried to consume you. You no longer measure your worth by the approval of others, but by your own resilience. The people who walked away no longer haunt you. You've let them go with grace. The love you've given, even when unreturned, has not been wasted. It has expanded you. You've learned to forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. The strength you found in your solitude is something no one can take from you. The journey has been painful, but it has also been transformative, shaping you in ways you couldn't imagine. The shadows still linger, but they no longer feel threatening. They feel like a reminder of your humanity. You've stopped chasing perfection and started embracing the beauty of your imperfection. The cracks in your heart let in light, creating something entirely new and uniquely yours. This is your story, and it's one of survival, of resilience, of hope. In your darkest moments, remember that it's okay to feel the full weight of your emotions. It's okay to grieve, to cry, to let the pain wash over you. Healing isn't about pretending everything is okay. It's about facing your feelings, about letting yourself feel every ounce of sadness and despair, so you can finally begin to release it. Healing is messy and complicated, And it doesn't happen overnight. But little by little, you will find pieces of peace, fragments of happiness, and moments of light. And one day, you'll wake up and realize that the pain isn't as sharp, that the memories don't hurt as much, that you can breathe a little easier. Life isn't a straight path, and healing isn't a destination. It's a journey, one that requires patience and compassion toward yourself. There will be days when it feels like you've taken a step backward, and that's okay. Progress isn't always linear. Sometimes it's about just holding on, about surviving one more day, about getting through the night and hoping for a better morning. When you look at yourself, don't just see the wounds, the scars, the broken pieces. See the strength that lies beneath them, the resilience that has carried you through every storm, the courage it takes to keep going, even when the world feels dark. You are so much stronger than you realize, so much braver than you feel. You have survived things that others could never imagine, and that survival is a testament to the power within you. The love you've lost, the people who have left, the dreams that have faded, they are all part of your story, but they do not define you. You are not just the sum of your heartbreaks. You are the hope that rises each morning, the faith that endures through every trial, the beauty that remains even after everything has fallen apart. Let yourself be proud of that, of the person you are becoming, of the way you've managed to find light even in the darkest places. And as you move forward, allow yourself to believe in the possibility of new beginnings. Life has a way of surprising us, of bringing joy when we least expect it, of opening doors we never thought would walk through. There is still so much waiting for you, so much love to be felt, so many memories yet to be made. Trust that life has something beautiful in store for you, even if you can't see it right now. You are allowed to take up space in this world, to feel every emotion, to heal in your own time, to move forward at your own pace. This journey is yours alone, and no one else can walk it for you. Let yourself feel the pain, but don't let it consume you. Allow yourself to remember the love, but don't let it hold you back. Let go of what you cannot change and focus on what lies ahead. As you continue to walk this path, know that you are not alone. There are others who understand, others who have been where you are, others who are willing to walk beside you, to listen, to support you. Reach out, share your story, let others in. Healing is not something we have to do alone. Sometimes, the best way to heal is to let others see our brokenness, to let them remind us that we are still whole, still worthy, still capable of love and joy. And above all, be kind to yourself. You are doing the best you can, and that is enough. You are enough. Every part of you, the broken, the scarred, the hopeful, the resilient, is worthy of love and respect. Let yourself believe in your own worth, in the power of your own heart, in the beauty of your own soul. This pain you feel, this darkness you carry, it will not last forever. One day, it will become a memory, a part of your story, a chapter in the book of your life. And when you look back, you'll see how far you've come, how much you've grown, how much strength you've gained. You'll realize that you are so much more than your pain, so much more than your past, so much more than you ever thought possible. Hold on, my friend. Keep going. The world still has beauty to offer, still has love to give, still has dreams to fulfill. There is still light, even when you can't see it. There is still hope, even when it feels distant. And there is still you, a soul that has survived so much, a heart that has loved deeply, a person who deserves all the happiness this life has to offer. So take a deep breath, let go of the past and step forward into the future. You are not alone. You are loved. And you are stronger than you know. You are still here, breathing, moving, feeling. And that in itself is a victory. In the face of everything that has tried to bring you down, you are still standing. And even if that doesn't feel like much, it is something monumental. Life has tested you, yes, but it hasn't defeated you. You may feel bruised, broken, and lost, But within you is a flame that refuses to go out, a spark of life that continues to burn against all odds. And know that every challenge, every heartache, every sorrow has shaped you in ways you can't yet fully see. You've become someone stronger, someone wiser, someone who knows the value of each moment, of each heartbeat. You carry the lessons of your struggles within you, and those lessons are worth more than gold. They've taught you patience, empathy, and resilience. They've shown you who you are, deep down, someone who, despite it all, still chooses to believe in love, in kindness, in hope.